Yes! This is one of my personal favorite couples camping models, and it is finally becoming available at a far more accessible price point. Welcome everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV, and this is a new J-Flight model right here. Let's just rip the band-aid off. Yes, it's based on the floor plan of like a 22 MLE Imagine, a 22 MLS Cougar, that whole family of things. And they're not the first stick and tin builder I've seen put one of these out here, but I am really excited to see that they did, because what this one offers, it is nicely under 30 feet. It's typically going to be pretty solidly half-ton towable. It might depend a little bit on where you tow, but generally half-ton towable, the tow package pickup. And we've got an enclosed belly, a wide open living area, TV like entertainment center straight across from the theater seating, a surprisingly good kitchen, but it gives us a bed, a dinette, and a sofa under 30 feet with a slide without a Murphy bed. And that's one of the different things here. Now it's the J Feather laminated brother to this, the 21 MML. It does have a Murphy bed up front to give you some double Dynova action. They didn't want to do that here. They want to maintain a fixed bed, something that you can just go in there, lay down when you're ready, and there's absolutely no question of like, can I get an aftermarket mattress to, to slide in there? Yes, absolutely you can right here. Now being a J Flight, we have a taller ceiling than the J Feather, which is kind of funny. So if you're a little bit taller like me, this one might actually fit you better. And whenever you start getting into a more price-sensitive camper like this, things like your seating, like your kitchen, they really usually start getting hit with the Nerf bat pretty hard. That didn't happen here. They really maximize the storage in the kitchen way better than I thought they were going to. You still have a nice theater seat with the little Jayco swivel stands that pop out there. Again, the taller ceiling in the shower. You've got options for solar. You've got better stabilizers setups going on here. Overall, I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of this one, and I'm gonna be curious what you think about it. I will also tell you though, it's not without its little hitches and its giddy up. We're going to tell you the good with the bad. If you like that, hit that subscribe button. Let's rock, baby. We are in a live dealer display today. This is Jayco's annual display where they showcase all the new things for their dealers. So think of it like an RV show, except you're not invited. Which is why I put all this footage together right here. So we may occasionally have a guest. It doesn't feel right for me just to deadbolt the door, though when a lot of people see their face is going to be on candid camera, they tend to bolt, so it may not be bad. Now, compared to last year, a couple interesting changes. One decor. They just have one decor to rule them all now. They kind of merged and homogenized the cottage and the farmhouse decor, and I don't remember, like every one of their RVs at Jayco now has one decor, and it's like they took the best of both and just kind of mashed it together. Now over here, you got that theater seat staring straight at the entertainment center, but you've also got some nice breeze across windows there, and I left the shades pulled halfway down so you could see a little look at those. USB plugs are a nice find over there in that corner as well. And Jayco doing Jayco things. You got those little swivel stands for the theater seats, although as you see, you can obviously pop those suckers right out of there. This one is easy cleaning and pet friendly, and I am noticing last year the J-Flights, they put floor vents in them. Getting rid of those in some of their floor plans, that is a bit of a surprise, and I think some people are going to find that moving in the positive direction. What's your 2 cents though? Floor vents, no floor vents. It does make it easy to clean. It does make it pet friendly, which I think a lot of people are going to appreciate and enjoy. But I said, this RV is not perfect. Like, we don't have full cabinets overhead above the bed. We don't have a true queen bed. We have a camp queen. But if you're looking at it, there's nothing at the foot of that bed. If you want to convert that sucker over to a true queen by just swapping out the mattress, that would not be hard to do. Up here in the corner, behind the bedroom curtain, which we'll get a look at later, and I love the fact they gave us a curtain to kind of privatize that, you do have like dedicated bedroom TV hookups, as well as that's where your solar charge controller is going to be located, and some breeze across windows for the bedroom over here. Now, flipping around the other direction, you've got almost somewhat of a classic sofa galley slide. Like in the marine world, when it's on the water, it's called a galley. When it's an RV on wheels, it's called a kitchen. It's just kind of funny, one of those things. And yeah, technically it does have a toe stubber. You do see there's slightly a little step up there for the theater seat, but not too awful bad. Some manufacturers have kind of slid all that kitchen stuff forward a little bit, They didn't do that here, which kind of helps the RV look and feel a little bit bigger. What I'm getting at, what you might want to do, depending on your personal size and stature, you may want to like get in this thing and play house. You want to like stand at the oven. If you're going to cook at the oven, you're going to want to stand there to see, you know, does it work, or do you get back pain trying to use the thing? Or, you know, does it fit you just fine? I don't know. You're going to want to check little stuff like that out. We are also 6'9" tall inside. Most builders who make something like this, their walls are only 6.5. And the extra, you know, size and whatnot there, it definitely makes one heck of a difference. Now, we will kind of come back to the kitchen a little bit here. Where do we want to look? Let's actually slowly weave our way back around to the bedroom area here. By the way, this is another nice little thing I've kind of learned over the years. If you want to get those little side stands out of the way, you can actually sort of slot them right beside the sofa. You can actually scoot them down further so that plastic thing isn't like bonking you in the head or anything like that. Taking a look at all the storage in here. Oh, actually one thing. Let's look at the campsite window coverage. Bedroom window, check. Door window, check. Big dinette window, triple D check right here. Now the entry door window is only prepped to throw shade, but one of them little slim shady jobs can actually slide in there pretty easily, pretty darn well. I would really like personally to see a couple USB plugs on either side of the bed. I like how they do that around the sofa and the dinette. But if you got household outlets, it's not real hard to convert those over to USBs and good old United States B plugs. So cracking open the storage here. Left side is hanging storage. Right side is actually dresser storage. And I do really like how they are still giving us easy lift gas struts below the bed right there. That's something a lot of manufacturers do not do at this price point. Now those theater seats are kind of mounted in place and they slide away from the wall, kind of wall hugger style. So you don't have to like try to wrestle with those things, especially with that little mini toe stubber, mini step up slide. I have seen manufacturers who do not have fixed seating and wall hugger theater seats in a floor plan like this. So if you actually go to like recline and slide the chair out, the whole thing almost like tips out of the slide a couple inches, which is really stupid, you know. Well, you don't have to worry about that here. That's one of the things, again, I really enjoy about it. The dinette does fold down into a sleeper, but they have this thing all decorated, and I didn't want to move their stuff all around because, like, I'm not aesthetically gifted. I can't, like, place things back where they were. It always ends up looking really goof stupid to me. The kitchen storage, though, overall, I'm very happy with. Because this is a smaller size, lighter weight model, and a lot of times kitchens are one of the first things that you know, get stolen from, and that is not the case here. The fact that they put that full storage down there, like below the stovetop, is great. If there's one thing I would have liked, it's some place for a wastebasket, but I guess it just wasn't in the cards on this one. And with it being a stick-built camper, not a laminated solid wall, they can put power outlets where it really matters. Again, a couple USB plugs around the bed would have been real nice. Now, over here, the toilet. It's a little tight. I could make it work at my body size, but you know, not everyone necessarily is all the same size and stature, so I suppose it just kind of depends. Now, the bathroom storage is actually quite surprising, and actually the thing that I like most about it is that over on the left, that big linen cabinet space that they have right there, the fact that they actually put doors on it and didn't leave it open face storage, that was a phenomenal find. I was very happy to see that. And the taller ceiling means a big, tall goofball like me can fit in that shower just fine. Now, there's one last thing we got to do, and I have enough experience with layouts like this, I can already tell you it's probably going to be pretty darn great. And that is close the slide up and check out the accessibility on this one in road mode, and I'm pretty sure we're about to see about an A minus execution. And that does appear to be the case. With the slide closed, you can very easily, now you don't even got to do a sideways travel trailer two-step. It gets narrow, sure, but you can just straight walk front to back. It's a little weave around the corner to get to the sink, but by going with that sliding pocket door for the bathroom and not a swinging door, it means you don't have to be like a bathroom contortionist doing some kind of weird toilet yoga to get yourself back here. I've seen some cheaper versions of floor plans like this try to do that. Considering this is a brand, Jayco is attempting to make this floor plan for a lower cost. I think they really nailed the important stuff. Now, I mentioned you could upgrade if you wanted to a True Queen bed aftermarket. and you can most definitely do so without impeding the slide in the slightest. The one thing I noticed, you see how that bed curtain, it can get caught behind that slide fascia. So that's a little tip from Uncle Josh. When you are opening that slide, get the curtain out of the way or do something with it. Otherwise, it might actually get pinched in that slide a little bit, and that could suck. And one of the really nice things about this one, you do not need a grave digger Bigfoot monster truck to tow it around. Only like 6,700 pounds maximum GVW, around the neighborhood of 5,400 pounds empty dry weight. Again, a lot of half tons are going to find this one within their capability. I think someone's going to ask at those weights, there are some mid-size tow package pickups that theoretically do have, say, like the tow rating. This still feels a little bit too big to me to slap it on the back of a mid-size pickup like the old Ford Danger Range or something like that, Toyota Tacoma. Just because the size of it, it still feels big enough. I feel like it's going to push the RV around. But J Flights are a more budget-sensitive trailer, but they do the things that really matter, like good-sized awning. Really nice size awning coverage on this. The Goodyear Endurance radials sticking as standard equipment for the 24 season. I've seen a lot of manufacturers have been decontenting things. There was a period during pandemic production where manufacturers could not get import tires, so they started standardizing Goodyears and pounding their chest. Well, Jayco's been doing that for a while, but now that they have other tires available, it's funny how they're magically going with a less expensive import tire again, and J-Flight's not doing that. They're sticking with the nice tire. That's part of that 2+3 year warranty thing they're doing here. Now you've got the magnet holdbacks for the baggage doors. And notice how that is a nice, big, full pass-through right there. With big doors on both sides, we are prepped and ready for a full observation camera suite, which means not just rear view, but side view as well. Fun fact, when I was in high school, my first band's name ever was called Rear View Pine Tree. And we were about as good as that name sounds. We actually made a song about all the different scents of the rear view pine trees. You can imagine why I'm still making RV videos and not playing guitar for a living with that kind of planning. Better stabilizers on these, standard with the LCI, the Lippert quick drop stabilizers. What's also cool about those, they are rated so that if you want to use like one of those drills with a chuck adapter on them, they're actually rated to be able to do that. I found out scissor jacks are not actually intended to be used that way because you can over torque them and screw the whole threading of everything up. I learned that, pretty later. Now, it's a Schwintek slide, by the way, just in case you were curious. If it's pretty obvious to see, I try to point it out, but we don't have the most awesomest lighting out here today. You're not really going to be able to see much if I get right under the sucker either, because we're kind of really wedged over here into the corner, and it's a little dark underneath. But the belly of these, last year they had an enclosed underbelly, and that's cool. Now it's actually forced air heated standard as well. That's another one of those nice changes they've made. Now you see the tankless on-demand water heater back there, black tank flush, full hot-cold outside utility shower, and they're not making you go get a separate ladder that, for a couple $100 that isn't included. They're building it right on from the factory. And if you're a regular returning member of the RV Nerd Herd, you know I like to get up top on Jayco's and get high on campers, as it were, metaphorically speaking. But a couple things. One of the reasons I like to get up here, talk about the fact that they're using plywood roof decking instead of OSB, which frankly, almost no other builders do. Even up in the luxury fifth wheel segment, they're usually OSB decking, which is okay. But I think if you ask about anybody, would you rather have plywood or OSB if wood's going to be involved and people are going to make it rain on plywood? Now, you see the solar panel up here. Last year that was optional. This year, I think I even said when this video began, solar options. It's just 200 watts of solar with a 30 amp controller, standard across the board now. And a big part of that is because they no longer have that gas electric refrigerator swaption. When they went 12 volt standard, they said we better give some people some solar if they're going to be boondocking, just to kind of help with that. But with a 30 amp controller, if you want to expand on that a little bit, you should be able to do so. I will tell you though, I don't know what wiring gauge they're using. So if you are going to be a boondock specialist, you might want to look into that little kind of advice there from Uncle Josh. So thanks again for tuning in. Let me know what you think about this one. And what I will do for you is I'll leave you a link in the video description. You can check for pricing and availability all right there, whether you're watching from the couch at home and scan that QR code or just click the link right off your phone or PC or whatever. You'll see if we have one in stock, where we have it parked, and what we're asking, and understand that those numbers, like where it's parked, the shipping costs, the options applied to the RV, can significantly affect the price tag. So it's all listed right there on our website for you. And if we're sold out, call our team. We're happy to get you some figures on something. And let me know what you think about it. Now, again, this is the newest entry of a lot of builders who make a layout like this. I will remember all the ones that I can think of that I've recorded videos on, like 7 or 8 different builders. And I'd love you to watch this or one of those and let me know which one you'd go with and why. And how do you think they did here? Where did they nail it? Where did they fail it? And until next time, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.